guys, my name is Brad, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another Duel Links video. Today we've actually got some upcoming updates. Now I didn't expect them to get them today, it is quite late in the month, so I was kind of thinking they might push them out a little bit longer, but this was kind of a surprise. I was literally about to go to bed and then kind of decided to drop this and drop some pretty big updates. So we're going to go through them, as always, we're going to give our thoughts on them, and we know some of them already, we know some of them from last month, and some of them we know what's coming from the data mines from the leaks. So where that's the case, I'll kind of talk about those in a bit more detail, but there's some cool things coming, and some things to kind of discuss on and debate on as to whether, as to what those can actually mean. So let's take a look at these updates, starting with, in early October, a duelathon. Yay. Literally the worst event possible, like no one's kind of over the moon excited about this. It's cool, like they can kind of do some cool things, give some cool new rewards, and I think we might know what the new reward is. I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but I think the new card is a bit lackluster. It probably is, they always kind of are. I'll probably make a video as to why the card's bad, but duelathons, you know, we get more gems, we get more gold and more keys, that's always a good thing. Just again, one of those events that no one really cares for, but if the card reward is good, then it'll be a good event. Then in early October, a new team event is coming, as well as new reward cards. Players will be able to obtain Esparoba's new skill as a reward. This is another chance to collect event points to unlock Esparoba. So the team event, hopefully, it's going to be different from the Duel Carnival. I think that's what it was called last time, because it says a new team event. It doesn't say the team event Duel Carnival is returning. And the fact that Espa's getting a new skill is really nice. Hopefully he brings some psychic support with him, like Magical Android is a nice new psychic synchro monster, so level 5 I believe it is. Something they can give us for free that won't like change the meta completely, but will give players that haven't kind of dived into 5Ds yet something to kind of mess around with and experiment with in their decks. And I think that would be a nice kind of thing going forward if they could kind of keep giving us, especially in events where you're not tied down to an archetype, you're tied down to an attribute or a type. So with Espa, he's not really got he hasn't really got an archetype, he's got more of a type. So more psychic support, more psychic synchro support would be really nice that they can kind of give to us for free and not put in a box behind a paywall. A new skill is really interesting. We don't know what that's going to be. I haven't had any or seen any leaks regarding a new skill for Espa, but that can only be a good thing. I think if we get more support that kind of makes Jinzo a bit easier to play, then that could be kind of cool. But apart from that, no idea what that skill could be. Then in early October, Spunky Jaden will appear in Duel World. Win the duel and get a new card as reward. So finally, our first actual event for Jaden. We didn't get any events for Yugi, no Super Yugi, no Super Kai, but we got a Super Joey. But now we're getting another super character, and Spunky Jaden I think is going to be really interesting because they have a ton of cards from Jaden's back catalog that they kind of include. Obviously things like Stratos and Prisma I think are things that are going to be up there on people's list for what they want to see. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that kind of card, but I think we'll get a couple of really cool, fun hero fusions, maybe, hopefully, multiple copies of Clayman. I think that would be kind of nice, but this doesn't sound like it's going to be the Supreme King event that people kind of were hoping for, but since the Ubel event ended on them two fusing, maybe they'll make some sort of reference to it in the dialogue for the event, and they might kind of go down that route. Now, if they did go down that route, then we'd be getting like evil heroes, things like that would be kind of cool if they did that kind of Jaden, but they're not. It doesn't seem like Spunky Jaden. Seems like, you know, Season 1 GX Jaden. So hopefully we get some cool new cards, maybe some new Neos fusions, like maybe Air Neos if they feel like Duel Links is ready for that. That would be kind of cool. But if not, then that's cool again. Just hopefully, just give us some more reasons to play heroes, because we kind of need them. They kind of aren't the best right now, and we need some love for GX. We need more GX events, and I think this month is kind of doing good on GX events. Speaking of GX events, Zane Truesdale is returning with a vengeance. As well as unlocking Zane Truesdale and obtaining new reward cards, players will be able to obtain Zane's new skill as a reward, obtain the skill to build a powerful deck. So to me that kind of says the new skill isn't going to be the one that adds, or the one that lets you pick a Cyber Dark monster when you take 800 or more points of damage. I don't think it's going to be that one. I think this skill is going to be the Cyber Dragon skill, the one that adds 2 Cyber Dragon into the main deck. I think that's going to be the skill, because otherwise you wouldn't really say to Zane about build a powerful deck with Cyber Darks, unless they're going to give us Cyber Darks as a reward. If they give us some of the new Cyber Dark support, like Cyber Darkness Dragon, Cyber Dark Horn I think it is, no it's not Horn, it's the other one, Cannon, that's the one, and then the Field Spell, that would be kind of nice. But if that skill is the Cyber Dragon skill to add 2 Cyber Dragons to the deck, that's going to kind of change things. So I think a lot of people are going to run that and want to play with Cyber Dragon, and maybe that's how they'll do this down the line. They'll start adding in ace monsters via skills and make them a bit more versatile, so people can kind of play a wider breadth of skills, and then introduce Cyber Dragon much later down the line in the main box. That could be a cool idea to kind of test the waters and see exactly how people kind of react to it. Because obviously Cyberstar was a very big skill, very prominent skill in the meta game for the past couple of months. So hopefully Konami kind of have a good idea of what they're doing with this, and hopefully the skill isn't too busted that it kind of ruins the ladder for people. Then in late October, so really skipping ahead, the mid-October event seems to be quite long. Then the late October event is going to be Duelist Challenges will be available at Duel School for a limited time. Well, that's a lie, because the Duel School's now disappeared. It's been replaced with Duel Trials. But again, an event that no one really cares for. I'm kind of surprised they keep doing this, but it feels like one of those events they can kind of just throw in there on the side and, you know, here's 3 new cards, here's some gems, always a good thing. But again, the events are nothing kind of to be excited for, I guess. We also how the last one was, and the rewards in that weren't great, but still a fun thing to do on the side. Gonna make for some interesting content. Then in late October, the first of 10 Legendary Duelist event in 5D's World. You really think you can outrun Sector Security? This is going to be Trudge. This is the police officer that is a really good friend with you, as you kind of get along through 5Ds. He runs the Go Your Guardian deck, as well as things like Montage Dragon, so could bring some really cool cards, and it's going to be an unlockable event, which is really nice. So hopefully Go Your Guardian will be an actual monster rather than time behind a skill. That would be kind of nice if they did that. I think they might still tie it behind a skill, which would be a bit disappointing, but it does mean that we're going to be getting some new cards for him, of course, because we'll be able to farm him at the gate and be able to unlock him and get a few new cards from that. Again, he's going to be at level 30 maximum, which is kind of disappointing because every other 5D's character is at that, and they're going to kind of stick to that for the next couple of months, I think. But hopefully Trudge has some really cool cards, because if he doesn't, then I think that character's going to be a bit disappointing, but I think he has the most likeliness of having the most meta impact right now out of the gate of the 5D's characters, at least until Jack comes along and until we get more Blackwing support from Crow. Trudge kind of has the biggest potential to be a big hitter on the meta rank ladder, so hopefully they do some cool things with that. Then in November, a special character will make an appearance in Duel World. There can only be one future king, and you're looking at him. So this is kind of, I'm in two minds. I mean, I know what it's going to be, pretty much. I think it's going to be Jack. I think Konami are kind of seeing people be upset about Jack, and I think they're going to want to tease Jack's arrival with a nice little roaming event that kind of lets us get used to Jack and face Jack and get some more tuners, and maybe like explode a Dragon Wing. That might be a bit too much. There's like another synchro that Jack has that's not as powerful as that. That's kind of it before that. So hopefully we'll get a new synchro from Jack, as well as some new tuners and some other cards like that. But being able to potentially play against Jack in early November kind of sets Duel Links up on a nice trend for when January comes along, and we get access to Jack as a farmable duelist, an unlocked duelist on the 24th. That would be really nice. We can just get this nice tease before Christmas, and then into December we can get some nice bigger events to like kind of go along with Duel Monsters and GX. I think that's what they're going to kind of do, is then spend the rest of November and December going over the GX and Duel Monsters characters, just so fans of those series actually have content to play, because some people obviously don't want to involve themselves with synchro summoning, which is understandable, but still, pretty cool we're getting Jack, potentially Jack, and probably Jack very early. It could end up being like Super Leo, which wouldn't make much sense, because obviously there are some lines in the game that Leo kind of talks about him wanting to be the king, and but obviously this kind of whole quote kind of fits Jack, and Jack's voice lines are in the game already, and I don't think they'd put him in if he wasn't coming very, very soon, because there's already Trudge files in the game, and now we know that if this is Jack, then that's going to be really cool and really fun for Duel Links. And that is actually it. Like, that is it. There may be changes made to the schedule, that's kind of fine. I apologize for my cursor being on the screen this whole time, I completely didn't realise. But apart from that, let me know your thoughts on these in the comments down below. Hopefully we can, see some data mines, some leaks of these very soon in the next update. That'd be kind of cool. If we do get information on that, of course, I'll bring it on the channel as soon as possible. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next Duel Links video when I can find the outro. See you then.